In a wild chase through Mulberry, Arkansas, a fleeing driver in a black Chevy Silverado was about to face some serious consequences. What started as a routine traffic stop quickly turned into a high-speed pursuit with dangerous moves and close calls, all caught on dash cam. It was 7:20 p.m. and Trooper Matthew Price was gearing up for a routine traffic stop, but the driver of the black Chevy Silverado had other plans. As soon as Price activated his lights, the truck took off, weaving in and out of traffic and blowing through intersections at high speeds. The chase was on and it was about to get intense.
80.
10-4 driver, city limit speed 80. 4 to 21, if you take a little pressure off of him, see if he'll slow down some and we'll just try to right.
Okay, we fitted him out. He's got back on the roadway.
10 corner.
Stand by. We're back eastbound on 64. 21, you may have to get up there. I don't know if my car's gonna make it. I got it. The truck has driver's side damage now from my pit.
10-4 driver's side damage.
He's passing somebody on the right shoulder.
10-4 passing the right shoulder.
Speed 62. I need a charger up here. This guy's got too much takeoff and get-go. Come on, 21. Keep your speed up. All right, we're coming up to the Little Mulberry. Speed's still 100.
10-4 Little Mulberry, speed 100.
We got to get him in right here, 21.
Truck up here.
Speed's 100. We're passing Little Mulberry.
10-4 speed 100 passing Little Mulberry.
Okay, roll over. Or correction, you got him pitted out. Pitted out.
The moment the Piety maneuver was executed, the suspect's truck spun out of control, sending it skidding to a halt on Mulberry Highway 64 West. The chase was over. Surrounded by multiple cruisers, the troopers moved in quickly, guns drawn. The tension was thick as they carefully approached the vehicle. Inside, a pregnant woman sat in the back seat, while the driver and his passenger, Robert Regal and Shaffer Smith, were soon arrested.
Imagine posting online threats to Arkansas law enforcement and the governor, then jumping into a pickup and hitting the highway. Really bad idea and a really rough way to start the day. John Davis did exactly that. Arkansas State Police units closed in within minutes. Even legendary Trooper Jacob Byrd was in the pack, but this time Trooper Joseph Killian slid to the front and took charge of the pursuit.
Coming up the road interchange. We're going to be staying northeastbound. Northeastbound, frequency 98. We're saving with them.
He's on the outside shoulder. We're going to take 40 east, past 66.
to get past the traffic. Meeting. We're out. That's 156, 107.
That's 156, 107. Copy hit.
At 103 miles per hour, Killian tapped the truck's rear quarter. Both vehicles locked, whipped off the asphalt, and spun across a grassy field. Brutal, yet pure, Arkansas precision. Dogs barking, rifles ready. They dragged John Davis from the crumpled truck and cuffed him in the weeds. No one was hurt, but both vehicles were scrap, and Davis now faced felony threat and fleeing charges. On December 7th, 2024, 32-year-old Christopher Najera wasn't just driving a stolen white Corvette. He was pushing it well over 140 miles per hour on Interstate 40. Arkansas State Police jumped in after West Memphis officers had already been chasing him for reckless driving. Sergeant Robert slowed the Corvette just enough for Trooper Garrett Bird to line up the shot. One perfect pit sent the sports car straight into the landing gear of a semi-truck, then into the concrete barrier, leaving it pinned on the shoulder.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Those trying to swap down car! Come out of the car! Get out of the car!
Even wrecked, Najera refused to get out, reaching around inside the car and even pressing the gas. That's when a K-9 was brought in, finally dragging him out after a brief struggle on the ground. Najera was caught with cocaine, a stolen car, and a revoked license from a prior DUI. He was charged with felony fleeing, theft, drug possession, reckless driving, and more, charges that could lock him up for years. Late on the night of April 24th, 2026, an ASP trooper spotted a black Genesis sedan flying northbound on Interstate 55 near the Memphis corridor. When the cruiser's lights activated, the driver didn't even tap the brakes. He punched the gas, instantly transforming a standard traffic stop into a desperate high-speed evasion. The Genesis aggressively cut through interstate traffic, pushing speeds close to 140 miles per hour and forcing the trooper to max out the patrol unit just to stay in the fight.
Hello, vehicle ID.
CFS
I believe I just had a take off behind me.
Yeah,
616, I'm already in the interstate. That's the unit that's coming up behind me. I don't know who it is. I'm going to get on the interstate. Assist if they get on the stop.
Wrecked out. Connecting battle.
Losing control at 130 miles per hour like this must be the most terrifying feeling. Knowing the extreme danger the runaway driver posed, the ASP trooper made a tactical call and moved in to execute a pit maneuver. But in a split second during the intervention, the patrol vehicle lost complete traction. Dashcam footage captured the cruiser violently spinning across the highway, sending a massive shower of sparks exploding from the undercarriage as it slid out of control across the asphalt. Civilian traffic was forced to quickly hit the brakes to navigate around the disabled cruiser. Thankfully, the ASP trooper walked away from the brutal spin-out uninjured. Despite the aggressive pit attempt, the driver managed to maintain complete control, flooring the gas and vanishing into the night without a scratch. The suspect, whose name currently remains unknown to authorities, made a clean getaway. On December 17, 2023, an FHP trooper heard a Dodge Charger with a stupid loud aftermarket exhaust near West Blue Heron Boulevard and went hunting. He spotted two Chargers, and the light gray one started showing off. Hard acceleration, racing past the other, then kept pushing west. The trooper rolled in behind it, and the chase was on. The trooper had to hit 140 miles per hour just to close the gap. The Charger ran a red light turning onto North Jog Road, nearly caused a crash, then went full reckless, driving southbound in the northbound lanes.
Starting to drive. So you fucking in!
The chase ended when the trooper delivered a left side pit, sending the Charger into bushes and roadway signs where it finally stopped. Inside were 3 passengers and 1 driver. The passengers bailed out, and the driver, Jalen Camaraya Davis, ran through backyards, climbed over a 6-foot fence, and hid in bushes until Palm Beach Gardens PD found him. He was arrested for burglary, fleeing and eluding at high speeds, hit and run, no driver's license plus DWLS, and reckless driving. About 5 to 15 plus years in prison. If there's one place you don't want to run from the law, it's Georgia, home of the Clayton County Sheriff's Black Hawk Unit. That's exactly what a suspect in a stolen Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 tried to do. At first, he slowed down, flicked on the hazard lights like he was about to comply, and then stomped the gas.
Charlie Lima Alpha 5841. That tag's going to come back to a 2007 Chevy Tahoe.
Good morning. Forest Parkway coming up on Riverdale. Stand by 1 second. Which way did he go? Straight.
Oh, he probably crashed.
Dispatch, stand by 1 second. Stand by.
Yep, he crashed. He crashed.
The 650 horsepower ZL1 pulled away easily at first, flexing that LT4 engine. But bad decisions caught up quick. A few miles later, deputies spotted smoke in the air and downed poles. A clear trail left by the fleeing Camaro.
Slow down. Right there.
Radio, hold traffic. Hey!
When they caught up, the Camaro was completely wrecked, smashed on a gas station lawn with its front end ripped off and airbags blown. A Lexus sat nearby, also damaged. The suspect had already bailed out, but not for long. Just up the road, deputies found him with his hands in the air, surrendering. He was taken into custody, facing charges that include grand theft auto and felony fleeing. On April 10th, 2020, Arkansas State Police went after Justin Battenfield after he blew through red lights and passed cars on the shoulder of US 71. His reckless run turned deadly within minutes.
Yeah, he's not letting me get over the pit on either side. I was trying to get up there to keep him from blocking you poor thing, but that didn't work. The gas gun is just too big. I'm back in the lead. We're going, he's going to Zero Street. I'm going to get the back up. Red light. 94 on Zero Street. And headed toward Barley.
Battenfield pushed harder, swerving into oncoming lanes and nearly causing head-on crashes. His driving left troopers with no choice but to end it. At highway speeds, Trooper Sean Ellis moved in for a pit that would decide the chase.
Going ahead and start EMS. got him stopped.
We need to get him stopped out here. Like taking you. Just call you stop as soon as there's
The pit was fatal. Battenfield's truck rolled violently before slamming into a roadside drain, launching both the pickup and the trooper's car into the air. They came crashing down with devastating force. Battenfield killed instantly. The trooper left seriously injured.
While patrolling Sparta Road near the intersection of Cal Ranch Road, an officer spotted a white Dodge speeding past. The driver's intent was clear: evade at all costs. After a quick U-turn, the officer engaged, but the Dodge immediately accelerated, swerving recklessly and taking sharp turns, making its way towards State Road 66. The pursuit had begun.
Still continuing westbound, speeds 40 miles an hour. He's barely able to control it. Vehicle's almost DAV. Another unit up there with me. If he's not able to control it, it keeps going into oncoming traffic. I get a chance to take him out.
The pursuing patrol vehicle rammed the Dodge twice, causing it to spin out and ultimately disabling it. When the vehicle finally stopped, the driver exited and concealed himself behind the car, refusing repeated commands to surrender. Officers approached cautiously, bringing the situation to an end.
When you are riding 6 beers deep and under the influence, making logical choices isn't exactly your strong suit. Just before midnight in West Allis, Wisconsin, an officer spotted a speeding vehicle flying through the streets and flipped on the lights for a routine stop. But the driver, who already had a prior police chase on his record, was not about to pull over peacefully. Instead, he slammed the gas pedal to the floor, merging onto Interstate 894 southbound and kicking off a high-speed pursuit that was destined to end in total disaster.
Going through the red, looks like it's down to 41 south. Speed's only about 60 now. We're going to move towards Lincoln. We'll see if it gets off. Crash, crash, crash. They actually just crashed onto the freeway. Roll over, roll over.
High speeds combined with absolute zero driving skills is a guaranteed recipe for disaster. Ripping up the Lincoln Avenue exit ramp, the driver attempted a sharp turn at nearly 100 miles per hour and completely lost control. The vehicle violently smashed through the heavy overpass fencing, launching off the bridge and plunging 25 feet in a terrifying freefall before slamming onto the freeway below. Miraculously surviving a 25-foot drop, both the driver and his teenage passenger made it out with only minor injuries. The 18-year-old passenger walked away with a citation for marijuana possession, but for Eduardo Gomez Peralta, the joyride came with a heavy price. Pleading guilty to felony fleeing and an OWI causing injury, he earned himself 3 years in state prison, followed by 3 years of extended supervision. On top of the hard time, the judge slapped him with an $8,000 restitution bill, a revoked license, and strict probation conditions. Not every chase ends with a perfect pit. Sometimes Trooper Bird doesn't need to crash you out. He just breaks you mentally. And on November 27th, 2022, that's exactly what happened. Early that morning, a black Dodge Charger, packed with horsepower and false confidence, took off from other troopers. The driver thought speed alone could save him, but this time Bird was behind him. And when Bird's on your bumper, there's no way out.
Eastbound on Astor coming up on Roosevelt.
Staying straight on Wright Avenue. Straight on right.
The Charger pushed past 130 miles per hour. The suspect was likely sweating, desperate to get away. Meanwhile, Bird stayed calm, one hand on the wheel, the other on the radio, switching siren tones, calling out streets, logging speeds, all while keeping pace like it was nothing.
Continuing straight on the right, past Wood Road, going eastbound on the right.
Eastbound on right, Astor Drive.
Tag is 092 Zebra Tom Edward 092 DT. The Black Dog Charger. It's still eastbound on right.
Eastbound on right.
Living on Rock, I'm secondary. I can't remember these roads are slick.
Temple, he just crashed out. Still eastbound right. We'll stop here.
The pressure cracked the driver. At 80 miles per hour, he lost control and slammed into a tree. He bailed out on foot, but it was already over. Another unit scooped him up moments later.
I got a blackmail run.
Sometimes troopers meet the wrong kind of biker, the ones who know exactly how to play on an officer's ego. On July 22nd, 2024, Trooper James Booth spotted 2 sport bikes with no plates and decided to lock onto one of them. While most riders panic the second the sirens start, this biker was eerily calm and clearly prepared for the fight. He wasn't just running, he was baiting the trooper into a high-stakes game.
Regional, lecture, camping,
The chase reached a breaking point as the bike screamed through the city at a staggering 140 miles per hour. Trooper Booth buried the needle, pushing his cruiser to its absolute mechanical limit, just to keep the disappearing taillights in his vision. However, a heavy patrol car is simply no match for a leader bike that knows how to slice through traffic. By the time the trooper's engine was maxed out, the bike had completely vanished, leaving the law behind in a cloud of exhaust and a bruised ego. It was pouring rain, so of course, a high-speed motorcycle chase was a terrible idea. But that didn't stop Billy Drum. He took off at 90 miles per hour in a 45 zone, blowing past a trooper with illegal red and white lights flashing on his bike. Wet roads and speed don't mix. He lost control, slid off the pavement, and dumped the bike into the grass before trying to make a run for it. The trooper chased him down on foot and ordered him to the ground. Soaked and injured, Drum gave up. He admitted he had a warrant and no motorcycle license, and just like that, his ride was over. On March 3rd, 2021, a GSP trooper pulled over a Chrysler 300 SRT on Interstate 675 for illegal window tint. It should have been a routine stop, but the moment the trooper approached, the driver, Nykeem Greaves, took off down the emergency lane, turning it into a high-speed pursuit that ended in a violent crash.
Henry County and Trudy. 1050. Got one overturned, Atlanta. Bad wreck. Interstate shut down.
The crash came when the suspect tried to force his way between two cars in heavy traffic. But that Chrysler 300 SRT isn't something you just squeeze through tight gaps. There was no space, and he paid for it instantly, totaling the car on the spot, slamming into multiple vehicles, and flipping one over before hitting the barrier.
Get on the ground. On the ground. Yeah.
The suspect was taken into custody at gunpoint after troopers broke into the vehicle to get him out. Turns out he wasn't running over tint. He had active warrants for parole violation, failure to appear, and forgery, with felony fleeing and a major crash added on top. He's facing 3 to 7 years in prison. On March 29, 2024, a silver BMW came flying up I-95 Express in Miami, weaving through traffic and ignoring trooper commands. A Florida Highway Patrol unit lit her up, but she wasn't stopping. The wild chase was just getting started.
Pull over right now. Pull over right now. BMW, pull over right now.
Tag is going to be November Golf X-Ray Alpha 96.
Primary, I'll take over. We're passing Hollywood, doing 94 miles an hour in the express. 95 northbound past Hollywood, and you're by speed of past the miles an hour. 10-4, 94 miles an hour express. 10-4, pass on the overpass for Hollywood now. Overpass to Hollywood. We got a pit, we got a pit, we got a pit. Stop for vehicle fit, 95 northbound overpass by Hollywood.
As the BMW pushed deeper into Broward County, troopers saw their chance. One unit moved up and hit her with a solid PIT. The car spun out across the express lanes and came to a stop. She was surrounded within seconds. You'd think a Tesla's biggest danger is running out of charge. Turns out it's running from Arkansas troopers at 120 miles per hour. Two Teslas were racing down the I-40. One pulled off at the exit like it wanted no part of this chase. The other one, he hit the gas and high-speed chase was on.
Looks like 24 is with it.
Line traffic stopping up here, be careful.
Right under the Ingram Street overpass, West Memphis cops laid down the surprise, spike strips, but the driver didn't care. He floored it anyway, flying down the interstate at 100 miles per hour.
Go 40 on the shoulder, East go 40. Whole traffic hit it. Go again, go again. Nice. Yeah, wait. CBI, successful quick work, get it.
I got it, busted that tire.
CBI, DEI.
After 2 failed PIT attempts, Trooper Hess lined up one more shot, and this time it was perfect. He hit the Tesla hard on the driver's side, spinning it off the highway and bringing it to a stop. The pursuit was finally over.
Picture this, a calm day on North Cashua Street suddenly disrupted by the sound of screeching tires and flashing lights. A woman behind the wheel, desperate to outrun the law. What would follow? A chaotic, heart-pounding chase that ends in a shocking crash. Instead of obeying the flashing lights behind her, Jeffords slammed her foot on the gas and sped off. Now, Jeffords wasn't just running from the cops, she was playing with fire. On Black Creek Road, she took every corner with reckless abandon, weaving in and out of traffic, risking everything to escape. The deputies did everything they could to box her in, but Jeffords wasn't slowing down. It was a terrifying moment as the car flipped violently, and then, just like that, it was over. Jeffords had been ejected from the SUV during the roll, her fate now hanging in the balance. Within moments, paramedics were on the scene, rushing Jeffords to a nearby hospital. The crash had been brutal, but miraculously she survived. The consequences of her decisions were only beginning to unfold.
On March 21, 2025, a seat-pleasant officer tried to pull over a Genesis sedan on Martin Luther King Jr. Highway. The driver stopped for a moment, then hit the gas. A bolo went out, and soon Prince George's County Police spotted the car at a nearby gas station. When they moved in, the driver took off again. At Bellhaven Drive, the fleeing Genesis slammed into an uninvolved Nissan SUV carrying a woman and a young passenger. The crash was devastating. Metal crumpled, glass shattered, and the scene fell silent except for sirens rushing in.
Get out.
They got him out.
First kid in the car. All right. Get fireboard roll.
Alright, start fireboard.
Start fireboard.
Hey, use your punch.
Maryland State Troopers and EMS responded within moments. 34-year-old Patricia Riddick, a mother of 4, was rushed to the hospital but didn't survive. The child suffered non-life-threatening injuries, and the suspect was critically injured. Days later, he also died in the hospital from his injuries. On March 2nd, 2025, in Rogers, Arkansas, what could have been a simple speeding ticket turned into chaos when a black Toyota Corolla took off, swerving into oncoming lanes and nearly causing multiple crashes. A trooper later clocked it at 98 miles per hour, tearing through streets and residential neighborhoods.
Go westbound.
Hey, request me.
Well, you go ahead and request. Didn't count. Wrong champion drive.
Got in. He hit the 28. He did pursue.
It's going the wrong way. I'm falling there.
That's for the wrong way. I'm falling there. West Lafayette County, listening to your traffic. They have you.
So we're headed back to Moore on 52nd now.
Northbound 52nd.
He's still wrong way. He almost hit Rogers. TBI. Unsuccessful. Still rolling. TBI.
The suspect jumped a curb, drove down a sidewalk, and hit several street signs. A clean pit sent the Corolla crashing into a curb, finally stopping the car. The passenger had minor injuries but made it out okay. The driver, Zachary Joseph Lee Kennedy, ran but was caught nearby. The car was stolen, and he's now facing charges that could land him up to 10 years in prison. On March 19th, 2024, just before 9 p.m., Trooper James Booth spotted a black Nissan SUV flying down I-430 at 83 miles per hour in a 65. When the driver, Jimmy Clark, hit the on-ramp to 630 East, Trooper Booth tried to stop him, but Clark had other plans.
Low Rock, 1064, fresh 1063 to net, Adam 25, 430 northbound, at 630.
Speeds are 108. Light traffic.
Rock, secondary. I'll call it. Yeah. 630 East at University. Speed over 100. East, Fair Park, speed 120. number one lane, D 130. Coming up to Woodrow. Okay, you took Woodrow. Going south on Woodrow. What's traffic? Traffic is light. Probably still street.
Near West 16th and South Woodrow, Trooper Booth hit him with a solid pit. Clark's SUV spun out and crashed into a power pole, knocking down electrical lines. The chase ended fast, but now there were live power lines hanging right above the wreck. Troopers ordered Clark to crawl to the front of the SUV, but he wouldn't move. They broke the rear window, pulled him out, and got him into custody. After a hospital check, Clark was booked into jail on multiple charges, including felony fleeing and driving on a suspended license. On March 28, 2024, in Little Rock, Trooper Killian spotted a black Honda Civic riding too close with a paper tag. This wasn't your average Honda. The second he lit it up, the Civic roared to life, blasting past 113 miles per hour. Flying toward a red light at 100 miles per hour, the Civic didn't even hit the brakes. It slid between two cars, missing them by inches. One risky move saved the Honda Civic that night. After cutting its headlights and slipping into the dark streets, the car vanished. Trooper Killian chased until Woodrow and Asher, but the Civic was gone, forcing the officer to call off the pursuit.
Trooper Escamilla had just chased a black Jeep hitting 135 miles per hour down Interstate 40. But when the driver took an exit and disappeared, she had to call off the pursuit. Still, she wasn't done. She drove back to the last spot she'd seen the Jeep, and sure enough, there it was.
Getting ready to get on that I-40, and it is Black Mobile.
The driver, Kevin Collier, jumped back onto I-440 East, racing at 100 miles per hour. But this time, he didn't get far. He lost control, crashed through some small trees, and smashed into a fence. Then he bailed out and ran, limping and hurt from the crash.
you fucking... Nice. I'm turning around and crook, bro.
I used to be a black male running into the fields right now. Going north. He's well down there. He's down on foot. Person, he's down in the grass.
Injured from the crash, Collier ran into a field, then dropped to the ground and started crawling. Trooper Escamilla held back, knowing a K-9 unit was on the way. Sergeant Bailey showed up with his K-9 partner, Labo. Trooper Escamilla pointed to where Collier went. Bailey warned the suspect, if he didn't give up, the dog was coming.
So nice up.
When troopers searched Collier, they found his real ID in his pocket. Turns out, he had 3 serious warrants for assault, weapons, and drugs. That's why he ran. The story started when 20-year-old Yarini Rios was reported waving a gun out her truck window while driving down County Road 38. Officer Pablo Vasquez spotted her truck and pulled her over. Backup arrived, and the officers parked their squad car right behind her on train tracks. But none of the officers noticed where their car was parked. They focused only on the truck, setting the stage for what was about to happen.
I'm going to your passenger side. Good? Keep your hands above your head.
Don't move.
What's going on? Why am I here? We'll explain everything in a second. Can I get my cell phone, please? No one else is in the truck, sir. Can I please get my cell phone? What's going on? Ma'am, what's going on? I'll tell you in a second. Take a seat. I'm so confused. Can I get my cell phone? I will get your cell phone for you. Take a seat.
I got your right shoulder.
While the officers inspected the truck, a train whistle echoed in the distance. At first, it was faint, but it got louder and louder. The train was coming fast, and it was headed straight for the parked police SUV.
Out that window, but who is that Hart?
No, that's Tom check. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Move your car! Stay back!
The crash was violent. The police car was thrown hundreds of feet, twisted and mangled. Yarini, trapped in the back seat, somehow survived, but suffered a serious brain injury. Paramedics rushed her to the hospital as the officers scrambled to make sense of what had just happened. Months later, Yarini took legal action, suing the cities of Platteville and Fort Lupton. She argued that parking a squad car on active train tracks was beyond careless. The court agreed, and she got $8 million,